Finn Hammond and Johnny Fisher.
So, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, the way that the several questions work is that basically we found a machine in the woods called the Questionator 5000 that was evidently engineered to generate infinite, very silly questions. And Johnny, Finn, and I have dedicated our lives to answering them all, one by one by one. Now, we were interrupted by some spooky noises coming from Finn, if you know what I mean.
What if I told you right now I'm making spooky music on the computer and I'm stopping right now? I'm no longer doing that. So I can pay attention to the show.
I believe that part.
What if I told you I was for a second making spooky music while we were talking?
Okay. For 1 second? Wait, Johnny, you wouldn't believe him?
Mm-mm.
You think he's full of S-H-I-T?
Mm-hmm.
You think I was a lie?
I don't know what that spells, but I think so.
Okay, why don't you tell me?
It means shit.
Prove it, I mean.
It spells shit.
I forgot what I was asking.
Oh.
What? So how are you going to prove it? Let's hear you sing some of it.
It goes, wow, 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 wow. Kind of like that.
I don't know why, Johnny, but for some reason, I believe him.
That's just the early cut. We don't know. We don't know if any of that's going to stick.
You don't?
Yeah.
When will you find out if it's going to stick? Do you have a timeline on this?
Not
March?
Really. Yeah, I mean, probably.
March. So about 11 months we're looking at.
Oh, yeah. It is April, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Dang.
Yeah, we're going to I don't want to date it because we're going to actually release this in March.
Oh, yeah, we're really
backlogged. I missed an
aren't
episode
we?
in the middle of March, so I'm going to run back and put that in there.
Oh, jeez. Can you imagine?
Oh, that reminds me, after this recording, we got to remember to build a time machine.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it won't work. We won't go back and do it. And actually, I'm checking my feed right now, and we did it. We did go back and do it, so we got to make sure we did.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Oh, you
well,
did,
I guess we don't have to make sure we did, because we did.
We just have to make sure we
don't
follow through.
But we don't have to worry about it. We did already. We're already guaranteed that we finished the... Oh, but we better get going and record this episode because we've only got like 15 minutes after that. Okay, we better go.
If you had to turn your entire eyeballs into one solid color, except for your pupil, what color would you pick?
Wow.
Have you had a lot of experience with this? Have you watched a lot of people play video games?
Yeah. I mean, in my younger years, for sure.
Not in the future, though.
I mean, it's to be seen, I guess.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay. Well, in the future, what do you think it will be?
I think there's a potential chance, but I mean,
But what game?
as of things are going right now, I'm going to say that no, but I'm not going to discount it. Things can change.
What if you got a discounted game, like a cool new game we haven't thought of, but you get a discount on it?
25% off.
25.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
let's say
probably want to play it.
30%?
35%. That's it. That's all you can offer.
That's all we're going to do is 36%. What do you say, John? Will you do it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
All right, he's in.
Finn, we got him. What a sucker. It's a terrible game. It's going to be a really bad game. Yeah, we're about to design it. Now we know it's for you. It's going to really be terrible.
Oh, man, he already bought it.
This sucks. I mean, wait, it's good. I said the wrong words. Can we take that again? Oh, this is good. There, got it. Okay, so John, a video game that you've played a lot, that you want to watch people, that you've liked watching people.
Like to watch. I mean, you know what?
Okay, I'm going to cut that piece of audio out right there where John just says, "I like to watch."
Oh no! Forgot I gotta watch what I say.
Yeah, that's my new cell phone ring.
It was clearly a question. His voice went up at the end.
Or if it didn't, I can make it go up at the end.
Or you can make it go down.
Wow, he's got skills.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this Japanese video game called Katamari Damacy. I think is what it's called.
What is it like?
It's basically you're just this tiny little dude, and you roll around objects, or you just have this ball and you roll over objects, and it gets bigger and bigger.
I have played that. I remember. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I've watched people play that.
Yeah, you probably watch people play it, yeah.
Yeah, that's
it
a
can
good
go
one.
on for a long time, or it can go really quickly. It depends.
Do it.
That does look satisfying to watch.
Yeah.
It was famously designed by a guy, and I'll put the sentence differently. It was designed by a guy who was famously indifferent to video games. He had never designed a game before, and when people asked him what he thought, he was like, I don't really think about video games.
So I made it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, then he made it.
Did he make any more games after that, or was he just like...
There was a couple sequel or a sequel and a prequel. I don't know.
A prequel? I can't imagine what that would be. I guess I don't know the story.
A really big guy stomping on things, crushing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That could have been other
everything
developers.
was a ball, like, so that's the theory of evolution. Everything used to be one big huge ball, and then we all just came unfurled, in the Big Bang.
Is that right?
Yeah, totally right. Absolutely right.
Makes sense.
Shut up. Yeah.
So like all my furniture, everyone I know, all my friends, all the episodes of Friends that I've seen,
Yeah.
the guy who lives next door,
They all used to be balls.
that's nuts.
Well, that's where we all
No,
came from.
balls.
Dang.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I
wild.
feel like we just all wrapped up together there. Like our thoughts all converged, and it was just perfect symmetry. I wish should we just end the episode?
Yeah.
So you're saying that? Oh, what about you, Finbox? And then you're going to say your answer. Then I'm going to give a bunch of facts about it, like you did to Johnny. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Let's see. I think I'm gonna be real basic here. There's all these horror games that people play. And instead of playing a horror game myself, which is very scary, don't like doing it, I'll watch someone else do it. And the nice thing about that is that they're often there, like hosting the stream. So it's like you have a friend with you, and they're getting scared for you.
Cool.
And making all these decisions that you kind of don't want to make because it might be a monster, might whatever.
Yeah,
Do you ever chime in?
Oh, like
No, don't do that.
in the chat. Or
Look out.
You know what? No, maybe I should.
Yeah, I think you should definitely start.
You need to get better at
just saying, yeah, be the guy in the theater that yells out, "Don't go in there." But like,
Do you guys remember? Do you guys have any memorable times someone's talked in the theater?
Not really. Do you?
Yes.
Please say yes. Okay.
Yes. One guy left in the middle of when I was watching X-Men, and he answered a phone call very loudly before he left, and then as he was leaving the theater, he screamed X-Men and threw up a big X with his arms, like this, which I thought was pretty cool. The other time I was watching Star Wars Episode 1, and they made an allusion to Qui-Gon Jinn at the end. I don't know if you guys remember. They talked about how someone could kind of turn into a ghost.
No, I was having sex.
Oh my God. Right then?
Yeah,
It
probably.
was like, oh dang. It was the early afternoon. Does that sound right?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I go to bed early. I was working second shift,
Oh, gotcha.
third shift. I was working fourth and fifth shift.
What an adult you were.
I was working fourth and a half to fifth and a half shift, so I had to, had to do it then. I guess.
Yeah, it was a prime
I don't know why, but
opportunity, early afternoon.
Yeah, this is actually before Prime was even around.
Oh, man. So that took up more of your time also.
It was like an Optimus Prime. Yeah, I had to do all my own shipping. I had to wait for stuff to show up. Wait for lube to show up. Oh, God.
What a chore. An individual one-time use.
Did you answer the question?
I didn't finish the story, but I did answer the
go
question.
ahead. What's the story?
The story is the guy whispered, they were making an allusion to Qui-Gon Jinn, and everyone who is ever paid attention to Star Wars would know. But
Do you ever think that maybe all this all around us is just an illusion? Anyway, go ahead, finish your story.
Oh, I thought you could say Star Wars.
Do you think everything all around us is Star Wars? Do you ever think that?
I thought about it. It's in my mind.
Finn, sorry, I was just deliberately interrupting you.
The guy whispered under his breath, Qui-Gon Jinn. Like he just solved a big mystery.
Now I see. Like he's pulling everything together. Just like how we did with the converging things a moment ago.
That's right.
It was just like that. We should have whispered that. Maybe I'll edit that in.
We should whisper in a theater together sometime.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I got you.
Who's that? I think I did remember there was like I don't remember if it was something like towards the end of a movie like Sixth Sense or Matrix. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter, but it was like a movie where like it was towards the end and there was character heavy, and then it was like quiet and there was like a big moment and somebody was just like, who's that? And it was like, oh, you must have really suffered through this movie. You don't even know who that is. So you did, what was your answer to the question?
Horror games?
Can you answer
games,
one?
gotcha.
Can you give one name?
Resident Evil.
Do you know that Resident Evil was made in
there we go.
1993 by a guy that wasn't actually evil? In fact, when asked what was the most evil thing he's ever done, he said help an old lady across the street. All the rest of it has been really good. And then they were like, well, that's pretty good too. And he's like, yeah, I know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah, you know so much about.
Yeah, I'm
video
pretty
game
knowledgeable
history.
about video game history. My answer is Final Fantasy VII. I spent a lot of time in about 1997 to 98 watching other people play that game because I didn't know how to play, nor did I care to play.
God.
It's a really boring game to watch.
It sort of is, but it was like almost like a lifestyle. It was almost like watching baseball. That's what that is exactly what
Or
it
golf.
felt like.
Yeah.
No, baseball. I said it right.
No.
It's
I feel like
called.
golf is sleepier. Golf is like a sleepy afternoon thing, but whereas baseball is like a take up your whole night or afternoon thing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I feel like it's different. Golf to me is like just puts me to sleep. It's just to nap to. There's no other reason to watch it. Because at least golf switches from camera to camera to camera. Like I feel like it's from like hole to hole, if you know what I mean. Oh, that's
why
your,
it's exciting.
Yeah, that was your autobiography, right?
Yeah,
From hole to
hole
hole.
From hole to hole. The
I have my
Fisher
copy right here.
story. Yeah, but it's the first one is spelled HOLE. The second one is spelled WHOLE. Yeah, it's about how he became whole from just being a hole. Anyway,
I hear, there's like, they changed locations, whereas baseball, it's like the same thing, right? Just,
yeah, either one's. I'm not a fan of either one. And I also don't watch Final Fantasy VII anymore. I stopped watching.
you stopped.
Yeah, I watch Final Fantasy VIII now. All right, next question.
If you were being drafted for a one-way mission to Mars, what would be your best excuse to get out of it?
Oh, good question. I'm lazy. I don't know how this thing works.
This is fun. Finally, a job interview that we'll be good at.
Just have to be honest.
Yeah.
I lost the keys.
Name a time that you faced a challenge and failed to solve it in a constructive way. Like, this would be funny if those interviews where they're trying to find the worst employee.
That'd be very good. Well, how would you answer that question?
That would be kind of interesting if, like, instead of asking people to come up with their best thing, it's like challenging
what's your
people to
worst
tell.
quality?
Yeah. Because if I've heard a study came out recently that says if you can't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. It was like it wasn't a double blind study, so hasn't been peer reviewed yet. But I looked at it when I was standing on a pier, so I feel like that's good enough.
Okay, right. You do you look at your scientific documents.
Yeah, well, and I was in Pierre, North Dakota.
Oh, I see.
Or South Dakota, either one. Whichever one it is. I don't, like, once I'm in Dakota, it's like, once I'm in Dakota, I'm on the couch or whatever. I don't know. I'm in the I'm in the different state or whatever.
Why are we making all this hay over North and South Dakota?
Yeah, let's bring
It's just Dakota.
Bring it together. There actually has been a lot of energy to try to make that happen.
To make it one state.
Yeah. Guess who voted for that? North or South Dakota?
North.
Yeah.
North.
Yeah. No shit, because South Dakota has all the cool stuff.
Word.
North Dakota's like, hey, what are you guys doing? We have Fargo, I think.
What? Oh, yeah.
Don't they?
I think so. Sorry.
Did you think
it's cold? Oh, they're brother. Where do I think Fargo took place?
What? It takes place. It doesn't take place in. It takes place in Minnesota. It doesn't take place in Fargo.
Why do they say Fargo?
Because it's so far away. It's far to go.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. That's why Star Wars is called Far Wars.
Yeah. Okay. Far Wars. Got it. Nailed it. All right. I think did we answer the question? Yeah, we did.
Right. We did.
No. What was the question?
The question was, it was basically like if you were going to be recruited
lazy
to go to Mars. I like the question.
Right.
What's the problem you faced and failed to like make better?
Okay.
Do like let's ask that question for the interview for Mars. This is how we're all going to get out of this.
Okay. Hey Finn, what is the time that you've faced a problem that you did not fix at all successfully?
One time I worked at a grocery store that manufactured their own chips, potato chips, and the chip machine blew up because of a mistake I made. And the whole store, half the store was covered in smoke, filled with smoke.
Covered in smoke.
I don't know. Nate was there also. He was not far away when this happened. Or it might have been... Were you working that day?
I don't know. I don't remember that, but
you couldn't see. It was too smoky.
If I had to, yeah, right. If I had to remember, like, catalog every one of your failures, Finn, like, I would be able to do nothing else.
That's right. That's a full-time job.
I'm just kidding.
So yeah, that's kind of a thing that happened.
John, do you remember a time that you faced some sort of challenge or adversity or a problem that you just did not successfully or constructively solve?
Oh, sure. I was once working in a kitchen and I was the only one back there and it was really busy and there was an order for a burger that I just kept burning for whatever reason. I would start doing something else and forget about the burger and just burn the shit out of it until, this went on for like 45 minutes. This person still has yet to have their cheeseburger. So finally I decided, fuck it, they're getting this burnt cheeseburger. That's the best one I've made so far anyways. Still burnt to shit. Dude was not happy, needless to say.
To like wait 45 minutes for a burnt burger? But he's like,
yeah.
Well, if we would have gotten it sooner, it would have been so burnt.
Yeah,
I thought you wanted it burnt.
To be fair, though, everyone else got successful, great, fantastic dinners that night. Just him.
That probably
the only one.
That probably made it worse. If they all would have gotten like shitty dinners.
Well, I mean,
then they all would have been like at least
1 out of 100. I feel like the odds there, like it's pretty good for being the only guy.
One time I was. Oh, somebody asked me.
Oh, hey, so Mr. Chappell.
Yeah.
So have you ever
Spit it
had
out,
a moment
asshole.
where you're not going to get this job if you keep this up?
I know, that's what I love about the interview. This is like finally one that I can excel at.
Okay,
and by the way, speaking of Excel, don't know how to use it.
Oh no, this guy can't do anything. We need that on Mars for categorizing rocks.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh no,
we're supposed to get out of this?
Yeah.
There's like one. Job. Would it be? I mean, it's probably. I don't know. How do rocks work? Is there more than one kind of rock on Mars?
Yeah,
sure.
So anyway, what's one time that you faced adversity, faced a challenge in the workplace, but failed to rise to the occasion?
Well, there's one time when I was closing up the appetizer and salsa bar at Fred Meyer grocery store in Portland, Oregon.
Never heard of it.
And there was a guy that was off in there that was coming through, and he was always selling like a art newspaper, like a zine sort of. And anyway, he was always in there, and he was always wore this green, really dirty army jacket. One time it was almost 9:00. I saw him come through, stick his hand in the mushroom, in the like stuffed into the like marinated mushrooms, which was like marinated in this like kind of like dressing, the sauce type thing, and just dipped his whole sleeve and hand into it, grabbed a mushroom and left. And I just closed it up and left.
Yikes.
They'd kept yelling at us for like staying too late or like overtime or whatever.
Okay.
So I was like, all right. Yeah. Also, mushrooms are fucking gross. So you're already like eating shit.
Right. If anything, they benefited from that sleeve.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I figured. I don't know why.
All right.
So that was mine. What do you think? Can I go to Mars?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Get out of my space office.
Also, I have
shingles.
I have very contagious diseases.
Yeah, okay,
and my poop smells really bad. Mm-hmm. Do you have any other? Does anybody have any real answers of how to get out of it?
Those are good.
I don't want to go.
I mean, I have like personal, like I have a lazy eye, and I'm.
You think that's personal?
I have chronic pain.
You think you having a lazy eye is personal? What do you mean by personal?
Like things that apply to me, but maybe not an excuse that would work for someone else.
I think. I'm asking for you though.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Then in that case, yeah. Or
for me, it would be like jaw. I've got, but maybe they'd want to test you to see like if jaw inflammation improves in weightlessness. I've got.
There's an eating contest.
I've got a bad attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty irritable. I take up more room than you'd expect. I don't like rules. Mm-hmm. I'm a loner. I'm a rebel. I can't, basketball is life, as you know, so I literally can't live without playing basketball, and I don't know if I'd be able to do that on Mars.
All right. Well, you can dunk on Mars. I
can dunk here. That's kind of what it is. It's like I don't want to, like I would feel jealous. I'd feel like mad that other people are. I'd have to get the hoop would have to be so high to accommodate my incredible calves. But even weightlessness, maybe I'd lose my dunking ability. I don't know. Maybe they'd want to study me for my extreme athletic ability.
Like you'd never come down.
And see if it would be affected in Mars. Okay. What about you, John?
I have shingles.
Okay. Next question, please.
What is your favorite thing about squirrels?
So I am really into squirrels these days, and it's kind of funny. Check this out. You guys are gonna laugh your butts off. Laugh your nuts off. When Wes was little, she was like super into squirrels, like obsessed with squirrels. So then I started getting obsessed with squirrels because it was like something to bring her joy. So I could always be like, oh, squirrel, and I'd say squirrel and point out. And then in our backyard, there's a lot of squirrels, and we can see the like telephone wires are behind our house, and you can see there's one that comes directly to our house that wiggles a little bit when there's a squirrel on the wire. When there's a squirrel that's about to be running by, so you can get a little like preview that there's a squirrel coming. I say squirrel on the wire, and we'd run to the window. But since then, obviously, kids go through phases, and Wesley has moved out of the squirrel phase a long time ago, but I have not. So I'm still like squirrel on the wire. So I really like squirrels, so I'm glad to finally be able to talk about this again. My favorite thing about them is how they're like, I like their ninja climbing skills and how they dangle and stuff. They're little like
no claws,
parkour creatures. The way they can jump long distances and land it. There's this one spot where in our backyard where they sometimes will like get all the way out on the end of this really, really high branch so that it like comes down a little bit, and then they'll drop down onto our shed roof. Mm-hmm. And it's a pretty big drop, but it's pretty cool to watch. And sometimes they can actually jump up and grab a similar branch. So I like their parkour nature, their parkour hearts. I also really like how this is maybe what I don't like. What's the least favorite thing? No, I don't have any least favorite things. They're kind of gross to touch. One touched me once on my leg, and I didn't like it.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, there's nothing bad. I also like how they don't know where they bury their nuts all the time. They remind me of myself, like very concerned about like gathering things, but not so concerned about remembering where you put them or anything.
I see.
I mean, it's got so many, it doesn't need to. It's like, oh, it's around here somewhere.
But maybe it wouldn't have to work so hard. If
For
you
sure.
could just remember where all of them were.
Maybe it likes all the, rummaging around, finds new things.
Yeah, well, I think that's nuts.
Pretty squirrely.
I will start with the thing I don't like that they are, when they're like in the parks and stuff, like when they're living around humans, they become
Eating pizza.
They're like eating pizza all the time.
When they start talking.
Am I thinking of squirrels?
No, you're thinking of other people.
I think of teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That they become, they're like pests. Like they will, if they're really bad, they'll, like if you're in a really touristy area, they'll straight up crawl on your picnic table. If you get really close to them,
That's a positive for me.
That's a negative. I don't like that.
For me, it's a positive. I'm just marking it for you. All of these things will be positives for me.
I see.
Even rabies.
They got the rabies and diseases and stuff. I think that their ecology is messed up pretty easily once they're made for a source of food as trash, because a bunch of them could live in an area and that messes them up.
I think you're racist. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. You think so?
Yeah, you're canceled.
Oh God.
We got a lot of squirrel listeners too.
Is that right?
Yeah, squirrel power.
I like squirrels. They can be annoying at
all
times.
of a sudden, Johnny hears
now
that,
Johnny
and then
chimes in.
jumping on He was like writing a big essay on how he hated squirrels, but now he heard that.
Yeah, I saw it.
Suck up. So Finn hates squirrels. What do you like about them? You never said.
Oh, they're cute.
Okay, John.
I remember we went camping and you kept
Is he frozen?
Are you frozen?
Johnny just froze. I thought he was just really thick about it there.
I was like, all right, John, I'm going to pick up the slack here.
Hey, I can help you out, John. What were you going to say about camping?
Well, Johnny kept track of a squirrel. When you're camping.
Yeah. Was it
So
good?
it was good at it. He told me a whole story, or he told us all a story about
Life.
a squirrel that was there, and then it moved over somewhere else.
This sounds like an amazing story.
Yeah. So that's probably what Johnny would is trying to tell us if he wasn't so
jogged his
tongue-tied.
memory. Yeah, he just can't. He's just not really. He's thinking. Don't worry.
Is he crying?
He'll get back to it.
Oh, he's crying.
Oh my God! Let's turn off his video. It's disgusting.
I
Nobody
can't watch
likes to
this.
see this. Oh,
There's
my God.
snot dripping out of his nose and into his mouth.
And he seems happy about it.
He
He's got
likes
like
that.
a straw. He told us before that's what that little path between your nose and your mouth is for, he said. And we were like, I don't think so, John.
Yeah.
And John, do you want to defend yourself against that at all? No?
Oh, you
All
like
right.
to watch?
Oh, he's nodding furiously and making more snot pour out.
Ugh.
Anyway, let's turn this video off. Look, that is all the questions we have for today. So why don't you go ahead and get out there, ask questions, be curious, not furious, and never spurious. And if you like the show, review it and tell a friend. And if you love the show, why don't you marry it? For Johnny Filter and Finn Handstand, I'm Nate Chappell, and this is Several Questions.
Thank you for listening to Several Questions, a production of Wolf Out Radio. Click on the link in the show notes for more Wolf Out shows.